All right, how you guys doing? My name is Gunnery Sergeant Ellis. Today I wanted to share with you one of the reasons I joined the Marine Corps, which was travel and adventure. When I came in and talked to the Marines, I was like, I want to get out of where I live. I want to see the world, and I certainly have done that. And I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I was a pretty picky eater. And so I joined the Marine Corps. I knew I was going to see a lot of places, but I didn't realize I was going to eat a lot of different foods that I had never thought I ever would have tried before. So real quick, I'm going to share with you guys 5 different foods that I've got to experience and just so you guys can understand what could be out there for you if you end up joining the Marine Corps and traveling the world. All right, the first one to talk about, there I was in Djibouti, Africa. I was training with some snipers in the desert in Djibouti, Africa, and we got to train alongside some French Special Forces soldiers. And the cool thing about working with them for a couple of days was we got to share their food and everything. So we're out in the field, we're eating our MREs, but they brought their MREs, and I can tell you right now, ours are way better. We have way more variety, and they use these little actual heaters, like a candle kind of thing to heat theirs up. We have the water heater. Anyway, the interesting thing about their food, I didn't think the MREs are very good, but when they're out in the field, they actually get a standard issue of bread, wine, and cheese to go along with their MREs, which is pretty cool. We don't have that in America, obviously. All right, moving on. Number 4, I spent a lot of time in South Korea, and something I never thought I'd ever try before was these restaurants where you go inside, you sit down at like a bar, and all you do, as long as you're there, you pay a certain price, and you just stay there as long as you want, and you just eat fresh tuna, straight from the ocean. They cut it up right in front of you, these giant tuna, and you just can eat as much as you want, and it's a pretty good time. I recommend it if you ever go over there. All right, number 3, in Okinawa, Japan, you have U.S. military living alongside the locals. It's been that way for a long, long time, and one thing that's developed in that country that's kind of unique to that area is what's called taco rice. Obviously, it's not quite Japanese, it's not quite American, it's kind of this fusion thing, but it's a local favorite in Okinawa, and so if you're there, be sure to check it out. It's pretty good. All right, another thing I want to tell you about, number 2. I was in Thailand one time. We were on a port call. I was on the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit, and we had found this restaurant that we liked. It was me and some of the Marines I deployed with. We went there several times over our port call, which is like a week long. It was just like a free vacation in Thailand, and one of the things I ordered there, I remember I like Thai food. I've had it in America a couple times before then, and of course, when you think Thai food, you think curry. And so they had this big menu that was like 3 or 4 pages long with pictures and stuff, and one of them it said curry, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have some real Thai curry in Thailand. So I ordered the curry, and out came this giant fish. I still have no idea what that was, how that was curry. I don't think I could even eat it. I tried it. I just didn't really know what I was doing. But I'll never forget that giant fish that came out. All right. And then the last one, back in South Korea, I was hanging out with some local nationals, some Korean folks, some friends of mine. It was this young lady's birthday. And so we're like, hey, it's your birthday. You choose the restaurant. Where should we go? And she's like, we're going to get my favorite live squid. And so we went over to the restaurant and sat down, and I never grew up eating seafood at all, really. So this is still a pretty big, even just eating regular squid, dead squid, for me was pretty crazy, but now we're eating live squid. So they brought out the squid, and yeah, it's this big kind of squid thing that's moving around, and they just cut it up with scissors, and you just dip it in some sauce and you eat it, and guess what? It tastes just like dead fish or dead squid, just a little bit fresher. And it's not that bad. It's no big deal at the end of the day. It's just another way to eat seafood. But hey, so that's those are some of the things I've got to experience through traveling through the Marine Corps. Like I said, I wanted to get out of my local town, and I got to try a lot of new things and see a lot of new places. And it's going to be the same for you if you end up joining the Marine Corps. So what we want you to do is leave a comment on things that you've got to try or things that you want to try somewhere else in the world. See you guys next time. I think that was...